Welcome to Real Estate Wholesalers Club Saturday live public Q&A. This is where we're all about getting you to that first deal. You guys have heard me talk about it. We're talking about getting to that shut up money. That's that first deal money that tells all your doubts, all your fears, lets you tell all the haters and all the people out there who don't believe, hey, shut up, this works. Now, today I've got a great treat for you. First of all, I'd like to make an announcement. And that announcement is that Monday, guys, for everybody in my regular group here, and if you're interested, you can also join in starting Monday night at 7 o'clock. You can find out more information in the events tab over at the realestatewholesalersclub.com Facebook group. But we're doing 4 weeks to your mastering the seller phone call. I believe this is where the money's made, guys. If you are nervous about the phone, and I know a lot of us, we pick up the phone and we're like this, or maybe we feel like the phone is a cactus, and if we touch it, it'll prick us, or maybe it just weighs 10,000 pounds and we can't even pick it up. So whatever it is, I've got a solution for you. We've got a great 4 weeks of sessions just Monday night coming up, starting very, very, very soon. That's like 2 days away at 7 p.m. Central Time. Come join us, learn a little bit, get more confident, get a strategy. You know, I think a lot of times we're just running into this scared because we don't have a plan, and it's easy to get a plan. So that's what we're designing this to do. So come join us. All right, now I got a special treat, guys. I have a guy. I'm sure he won't be offended by me saying this, but I have a special guest for you today, and he is a YouTuber. You've probably seen him around. If you haven't, this is going to be a real treat. He has I'm jealous a little bit because he has the most beautiful beard. See, look at that. There it is right there. All right. Now, see, I can't do that because I got big patches of things that don't grow. And man, but I saw that. I was like, wow, check it out. Man, I bet he goes through conditioner like crazy.
Nah.
No, not really. Huh? Okay. Well, anyway, I want to welcome Steve. Steve Invests is his YouTube channel. And I'll let him introduce himself a little bit and talk more about himself, but he is a real estate expert, guys. Okay. He's a coach. He's also, he was a successful agent, and then an even more successful broker, it sounds like to me. And you can tell us more, Steve. And then he's been a successful investor as well. This guy is a really easy guy to listen to and to get to know. I like him for that, you know. So welcome, Steve. How are you today?
I'm doing incredible, Justin. I really appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for being here. Like I said, when I saw you, I was like, man, I got to hit this guy up and see if I can get him to come on our show and just talk a little bit about who you are, what you do. And, you know, I think it's interesting that you take things from the perspective of being a licensed agent, and you have some things that you offer licensed agents as far as training and education and support and coaching. But I also see there's a little, seasoning of the investor in here as well. Talk a little bit about that. What all have you been involved in?
Well, I tell you, I got into real estate because I wanted to invest, and really got into it because I wanted to buy my first property. And early on, I think I was 20 when I bought my first property, and I had a real estate agent. I really wasn't impressed with what this guy was showing me. He really wasn't listening to me. And, that's an important skill set that you have to have in real estate is listening. And I got to a point where I was like, man, I could do this myself for myself. So that's kind of how it all started and why I got my real estate license back when I was like 20.
I see. Excellent. So you have mentors and coaches that you still learn from today and grow with?
Yeah. I mean, even when I was like 24, 25, I hired a real estate coach. At the time, I was broke, didn't have any money, and I put it on credit card about $1,000 a month for this coaching platform. And, I just saw the potential in selling real estate. My thing was if I could sell real estate for other people and make those commissions, I can invest that money into more real estate. So that's the whole cycle of things. And yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of coaching throughout the years, made a lot of mistakes, and and now I'm here.
Yeah. So through all your experiences, do you recommend that folks, I get this question a lot, Steve, and it's, should I get a real estate license or should I not? Or as a real estate investor, I want to grow. I want to become a real estate investor. I want to have a portfolio of homes perhaps, or, I maybe want to get into multifamily. And is it something maybe that I should consider doing, getting a real estate license, or is it, because I've heard both sides, Steve. I've
Sure.
honestly had guys say, hey, listen, man, it's just a little more, it'll be extra work, extra hassle, extra paperwork, extra disclosures, extra things you got to say, extra things you got to remember, extra people
Right.
you have to consider, your broker, so on and so forth. But then again, I have other people that have told me, hey, if you're really serious about doing this, this is what you'll do.
Yeah.
Now, talk on this.
I mean, I think it just depends. If you're relying on maybe somebody else that's going to scout your deals and comp it out, and if you're buying and flipping, figuring out the ARV and so forth, and you have a good agent for that, and you're working full time in another field, then it might not make sense. But if you're scouting your own deals, and I'm over in the Southwest Florida, and I signed up for the MLS on the East Coast because I wanted to start studying that market out there. So you have the ability to have more tools at your disposal for valuing properties when you become a real estate agent with the MLS.
Yeah.
Relying on Zillow or Realtor.com, or it's like the sites are crap at the end of the day for trying to value property. So access to MLS, I think, is a big tool that you're going to get being a licensed real estate agent.
Yeah. I think you're 100% correct. I mean, I don't know how many times, being an unlicensed guy, I have sat down in front of a property lead and went to Zillow only to find out that I can't really find any comparables. Yep. I don't know exactly what this is worth. And man, that's a bad feeling, because it's like, oh, what do I do now? And I've even called realtors and said, hey, can you just help me analyze a bunch of these property deals as they come through? And everybody is so friendly and they want to help, but that's kind of a time waster for them a little bit, right, to do all this work. So I think you're right. I guess maybe it's just a personal decision. I really don't know why I've never done it. I look back to think on my career, and I wish many times that I have had, and I kind of even still wish that I maybe I might go get my realtor's license. I think if I lived in the state of Illinois, I definitely would, because real estate wholesaling has gotten some special nuances there now. And it will help to become a licensed agent and then a broker. So I think maybe it's a good thing, and I'm really excited when I have coaches students come to me in my coaching business and they say, hey, I'm looking to do some real estate investing, but I'm also a licensed realtor. I just want to let you know. And I always get really excited because I'm thinking, yeah, man, this guy's prepared. This lady, she can get information, and she knows a little bit about real estate. So anyway, sorry, I jumped off on that train there, man. I didn't really mean to, but I really want to talk about Vid Summit. I just saw, by the way, your episode on your YouTube channel at Steve Invests. Guys, go there, like and subscribe, okay, because it's good stuff. Hey, and the scenery is pretty great too, by the way.
I appreciate that.
I like the backdrop, man. It's real nice. And so yeah, go there, Steve Invests. But I was watching your show the other day with Bucky Beeman.
Yeah, cool kid.
I loved it, man. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best episode of real estate podcasting I have ever watched. I mean, it was really, really interesting. And I thought, because he's such a young guy, and you not being, you're not an old guy by any means, but you being older, I thought, man, the dynamic between these guys is really spectacular. I watched the entire thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, go check out his YouTube channel, guys. But I want to talk more about video. And you said that you had just recently come back from Vid Summit. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, why would we talk about video on the Real Estate Wholesalers Club live Q&A? Well, the reason why I want to talk about video is because video has really, really, really changed my business. Okay. Yep. And when I say that, I mean, I have zero regrets about doing video. And you might be thinking, oh, well, but that's you, Justin. I mean, you don't have a problem being on camera or talking in front of people. Well, man, I get nervous too. You know, I really do. But I've been practicing and practicing and practicing, and I've got a long way to go yet still, but I don't regret it. Even went back when I look at my first videos and they were really horrible. I've gone back and I've deleted them all off of YouTube because I do not want anyone ever for the rest of eternity to see some of these videos. And so I only want to keep the good stuff. But anyway, starting out in being horrible was not a bad thing for me. Everybody starts out horrible, but as I've grown, and I'm still a super small channel. I think I have less than 500 subscribers. I think it's 400 and something at today. And I get, a decent amount of watch minutes and views. And it wasn't like that when I first started. And I remember thinking, man, is anybody ever going to watch a video of mine? Is anyone ever? I mean, I think my mom watched, like, why does this video have 2 views? I know one of them was me. It must have been the other one was mom or something. So, but I don't even think my own wife watched them. So, yeah, I was horrible, but I'm glad I did, because when you make videos, you can tag, right? You can put like labels on it when you're uploading the video. If you've never done this before, it works like this. You upload the video and it'll ask you to put tags in, which is like keywords, which is kind of like hash marks. If you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like the hash marks where you see, hashtag live your best life, hashtag this. Okay, those are kind of like key phrases, keywords, and that you'll tag your videos this way. And this is a little bit about what I think you were referring to with analytics. Like, it's tough to master these keywords and with the analytics and how to, I don't know, trying to grow there. But if you made videos in your local market, guys, so this is what I'm telling you why you should listen.
Yeah.
If you made videos in your local market about wholesale lease options, or about lease options, or about you buying ugly houses, or if you had a show or a podcast where you showcased your cash buyers on your cash buyers list, okay? If you did something like this on a regular basis and you tagged it Kansas City, okay, that's your local market. Portland, Oregon, Seattle, whatever it is, okay? It might be Henderson, Nevada, all right? Well, you tag it, and then you'll start ranking in Google as well. It does a number of magical things for you. And so I don't really spend a ton of money on marketing anymore, because I will guarantee you that my calendar gets booked and my phone rings just off of my little YouTube channel in my little world. And so I love it. Love it. Steve, have you had a similar
organic, man?
Yeah. Have you had a similar experience before you tell us all about Vid Summit?
No doubt about it. I mean, you hit the mark, because anybody who starts like, for example, prime example, and this is real estate related, it doesn't matter what you're doing on a local level. Hell, you could have a snow plowing company, as long as you optimize it correctly. And when I say optimize, it's not that difficult. It really isn't. But yeah, if you did like wholesaling in your local market, and you're putting your local market, like I'm in Bonita Springs, Florida, if I keep putting that in the tags as well as the meta, which is the description part,
Yeah.
and write a good paragraph about it, you're going to rank. So we ran another one. It's My Beach Brokers, just started that one like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And if you type Bonita Springs real estate, we trumped the hell out of all these other people that have been up there for years like that, because I just heavily optimized it. And you guys will get leads that way. And another thing that I want to point out with video is, you and I have never met, right, Justin?
Correct. Today's the first time.
And I've watched your videos, you watch mine, and we already got a feel for who we are. And what happens is people, as opposed to just seeing a sign that says we buy ugly houses or something, they do a search, your video pops up, they watch you, and they're like, oh man, I feel like I could sell my house to that guy. And that's where video will just completely blow up your business. And as long as you're consistent with it, I say one video a week. Create playlists. So if you're buying different types, like if it's a buy and flip, or we buy ugly homes, or you could talk about the real estate market, and create different playlists for that, and just optimize it. You guys will get the necessary, in a quick period of time, you'll get the traction.
Yeah. It's great, man. What a great story. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
It's cool too, that when my phone rings, because of what you're describing here, which is work, by the way, everybody, it is work, but it's not an all day, every day thing. It's a couple times a week doing a little something. I think you could probably start with less than an hour. But it's cool when my phone rings and it's somebody that does watch or has watched my YouTube, and they start out the conversation by saying, oh, hey, I watched your YouTube channel. I saw these videos that you were explaining this and such. I'm like, grab the damn cowbell, because I'm about to close a deal here some way or another. You know what I mean? It's awesome, guys. When you have people coming inbound to you due to your content creation, it's way better than trying to, devise ways to come up with money to buy postcards, traditional, boring. You know what happens to the postcards most of the time? I think they hit the spot right at the bottom of the garbage can.
Yep. No doubt about it. And you know what I would do? Just a quick idea for some of your guys that are listening.
Yeah.
I would, because you're, at the end of the day, you guys are truly helping people. You're obviously making money, but you're helping people. You're helping people just liquidate that asset and move on with their life. I would get video testimonials of some of these people that you helped out to move that property quick. Get them on video if they're open to it. And I would run those kind of videos too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think anything you can do to involve your customers, clients, buyers, sellers, anything like that is tremendous. And like you were saying, when people view the content, they right away start to establish rapport with you, even though you've never even met them. And they start to establish trust and likability. And that's kind of like what this is all about, really. I mean, if you're going to do deals with homeowners, you're going to have some levels of trust and likability. Why not have that established before you even get on the phone?
Yep.
And this could be as easy as having doing some video work on YouTube, of course, but you could also, really use the stories in Instagram and in Facebook and Facebook Live. And guys, there's lots of ways to start getting things put out there into the world. I've heard that LinkedIn live video is just absolutely amazing, just unbelievably effective. And I can't figure out technologically how to get it to work. I don't know why. I feel like I'm pretty okay on things. But I'm trying to crack that code. So yeah, it's great. I don't personally regret it. And I see Steve's channel and I'm like, hey, look at what this guy's doing, man. He's coming up, man. He's coming up. I want to come up too. Let's come up now. All right. So you went to Vid Summit. Where was that? And what prompted you to go anyway?
Yeah. It was in Los Angeles, in, what was it, 2018, about a year and a half ago. We ended up selling 80% of our real estate brokerage, my sister and I. We still retained 20%, but by doing that, it alleviated and freed up a lot of time. So I wanted to basically take everything that I've been coaching.
Hold on, man, if you don't mind, I just want to reiterate what you just said so people catch it.
Yeah.
You went from being an agent to being a broker.
Yeah.
And then you had a brokerage, which is like a firm of real estate agents, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And then you had that become successful, and then you sold that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Guys, are you hearing this? Did you even know that people did that? I bet you killed it, dude.
We did well, and I'm very appreciative and appreciative of our new partners as well. It was a really good fit. And at the end of the day, if you track your numbers and you lay it out correctly, and if it's profitable, you can essentially sell any business. And I met up with a business broker. We started our company, Maxim Realtors, in 2006. So we've owned it for a while. We recruited real estate agents, and so our assets it wasn't a building or real estate in any sense. Our assets were our agents and what they were producing for the company, for the entity. So so it freed up a lot of time when I sold it. And I coached a lot of real estate agents over the years, and even helped coaching them in personal investing as well. But I was saying the same stuff over and over and over. I'm like, man, I just got to put this on video and get it out there. And if people want to listen and watch, they can. At least I'm trying. So my goal is 2 videos a week, and I got a ton of content, a lot of failures throughout the years that I want to share too. I think people can learn from that, and and avoid stepping back and certain failures in my life. But having fun with it. But I just started this channel probably 3.5 months ago, Steve Invests, and I just knew that I was going to commit, and I drew that line in the sand. I'm like, I'm going to go for it and really give everything I can give to give back too. I think if one of your viewers got one thing from this collaboration today, I think we've done our job. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's all about value, and what you can give. And I think people, when they're thinking about starting, and I know I was guilty of this when I was going to start doing video, and I started about August of last year in 2018. So I thought, well, for the first 2 or 3 months, man, it was like I started, but then I wasn't uploading any videos. And then back in like October or so. So really it's been about a year, and it's been a year of tremendous education for me in doing it. But when I first started, I remember thinking, man, what do I know that anybody would really care to hear me talk about, or what do I really have to offer? I don't really have, do I have anything of value really? Or am I just going to get up here and embarrass myself? And I was really nervous about that, but I kind of did what you were just talking about there, and just made myself just commit to it. And okay, I'm going to do a video at least once a week, and so I started out doing that, and I did it as good as I could with what I had and what I knew. And I started to realize, after I just forced myself to get on the camera and talk about real estate wholesaling, talk about how it works, talk about who I do it with, I started to realize, man, there is a lot of stuff I could talk about if I just really maybe wrote it down here, a few notes, I bet I could really come up with some topics, and the rest is history. And now I've got like more ideas for more videos and content than I have time to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respect, man. And it's not easy. It's not easy getting on a camera and just talking to yourself essentially many times, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I've done that many, many times. Yeah. That kind of reminds me of but I guess I was kind of used to that experience a little bit. But I used to be a preacher. Now, a lot of people don't know that,
Saw
maybe.
that. I read it on your site.
Yeah. And I was commissioned to start this little church in this little small town, and I was supposed to start it in my home. And when I say I was commissioned, I mean a bigger church had sent me here to do this. And so I was having a little study in my living room. I was supposed to be, and one night it was supposed to be a couple, 2 or 3 people show up. They said they'd be there, and there was like nobody there. And then I hear something at the door, and I turn around and I look, and there's like a cat like looking in the window. I was like, hey, a cat came, you know. I kind of had the same experience, except it was crickets, you know, with the whole hold on here. I'm gonna mute somebody. Oh, sorry. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. Yeah, I had the same experience with YouTube where I'm just talking to cats.
Yeah, I mean but you know how it is. It's the more you do something, the more you get comfortable with it. It doesn't matter what it is, from playing sports or starting a new job or getting on video. It's the more you do it, the better you're going to get, and the more fun you should have with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's my experience too. I've gotten better. Like I still have a long way to go. My knowledge still has a long way to go too. But yeah, it's kind of all about just practicing. We all have to practice doing something. And man, we've got a great group inside this call, Steve. Have you know? Can you tell? There's like, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 people here, I'm guessing.
Yeah. No, we appreciate everybody's time too.
And there's
let me throw this out there, man. So all you need is this to get a channel going. And if you guys want to write this down, it's going to be real simple. Get in front of a house, hit record, and say, hey, I'm in Austin, Texas, and I buy homes. I pay cash, quick close. Keep it real simple. It can be 20 seconds long. Throw that video up on YouTube. You need a Gmail address. It's free. Throw it up there in your headline. That's going to be the top line. Put, I buy homes, cash, quick close, Austin, Texas, or wherever you're at. In the meta, that's the box below it, put the same thing and write a little bit about yourself. I live in Austin, Texas. You use your local area multiple times, make it sound good, right? You have 5,000 characters to write in there. And then below it, there's going to be little tags. Just say, I buy homes, Austin, Texas, Austin, Texas. And that's it. And if you do that, I'd say probably in the next 30 days, you type in buy homes, Austin, Texas, you'll probably rank top of YouTube.
Boom.
As simple as that, guys.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Not only that, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but then when people go to Google and they say, we buy houses, Austin, Texas, and they just type it in Google, oftentimes it will suggest one of your videos.
That's what we all hope for. Yes.
Okay.
Because here's the deal. Google is, when you type into Google, it's way more competitive. There's a lot more people typing content, writing content than doing video content. So Google's way more competitive in really any field in terms of you niching out for your local market. If you want to take the next step, I would create a site, optimize the site, write paragraphs on a website, and then embed those videos into the website as well, and try to get both sides.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. I'd like to just hang around you a little bit and just play a little hush mouth, not do any talking, and just listen and learn, because I think you've got some insights that I'm looking for. Where'd you pick up all this info at, man? How do you learn so much? Is it just from watching these guys on YouTube or the guys that talk about content creation? Or
yeah, man, I started out originally just trying to figure out how optimization worked.
Yeah.
Just for our own real estate websites to, get people, if they want to buy real estate in Bonita Springs or whatever,
Yeah.
to go to our website. So it led me to one YouTuber, to the next, to the next, to the next. And then once I decided to get on video, create my own channel, then I really just went to the school of YouTube. So I watched, I mean, almost like my girlfriend is sick of me watching videos. But I went for it, man. At night, I'll lay in bed and watch, 5 hours of YouTube, just good stuff. Like, how can I learn more? And then that's how I learned about Vid Summit. And really last minute, I didn't even know if it was sold out or what. I was actually in an airport going somewhere else, and I signed up immediately. And that was just, I was watching a video that led me to Vid Summit. I'm like, I'm signing up.
Yeah. So for everybody that doesn't know, explain to us what Vid Summit is and what the agenda was.
It's basically a lot of the largest YouTubers from around the world all go there. Some are keynote speakers. There's about 40, 45 speakers there. They put the price tag a little bit higher because they don't want it to be like a fan kind of thing. Like VidCon is more like you go there, you meet your fan, you meet your YouTube stars or whatever. This is more you're networking and you're learning from these people as opposed to like trying to get their autograph or whatever. I did get a couple pictures with some guys, but I mean, and it's crazy. You're there with some of the largest YouTubers that are there as students as well. And you're sitting next to somebody and they have, 1 million subscribers and they're very influential in their field.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's cool. It was a really cool experience, but I got so much out of the actual keynote speakers as well. Who
was the keynote speaker?
There were a handful of them, but Mr. Beast, if you guys don't know him, he's a young dude and he's got like, I don't know, 20 million subscribers, maybe more.
Yeah.
And he partnered with Daryl Eves, who founded Vid Summit. So, and they cap it at 1,500 people. So they sell it out, they cap it because they don't want it. They want it to be more intimate where you can network with other people and learn from them as well. But there are other keynote speakers like Sean and Benji. They wrote YouTube Secrets. I read that book twice. Awesome book.
I'm going to have to get it, man.
Yeah, and that really gives you the framework of everything.
Yeah,
it was really well written, easy to read. Pat Flynn, he's big on search engine optimization. He was another speaker. But there's like probably 4 or 5 going on every day at the same time.
Oh wow! So you get to pick and choose which session you want to.
Yep. And they had some on like Instagram, other ones on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's huge. There's only 1,500 people creating video content for LinkedIn right now, total. And there's like 630 million people on LinkedIn. The organic reach on there is that's my next thing I'm trying to work on.
I know, me too.
And I tried the LinkedIn Live
at
Vid Summit. It didn't work. So I don't know what I did wrong.
I am. Okay, I tried to do the LinkedIn Live and through so in other words, I restream from, it's actually restream.io. And so I go to like the Facebook and I go to YouTube and I go to several other places all at the same time.
Oh, cool.
Like right now, like with this show, it's being broadcast on several different platforms. LinkedIn is not one of them. And I tried to get LinkedIn to do it, but then I had to like apply.
Yeah. There's like a process. I'm with you. I think they got to loosen that up or figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even get my big toe in the door over there, man. They was slamming it on it. I was like, ouch.
Yeah.
I thought, man, you let Gary V on, but you won't let me on.
That guy's a maniac, man. He's on every platform all the time.
Oh man, he is truly out there. And if you he really is. if you listen to him at all, he does talk constantly about what we're talking about today. And I think it's interesting that a lot of younger real estate wholesalers and investors aren't taking advantage of it at all. I sent out a little message it was a post, I think, on the Facebook group this week that said something like, somebody said something about we should do a podcast. And then somebody said I shouldn't, or I won't, or I don't remember what it was exactly. And then somebody said I can't because I haven't achieved this. And I thought, yeah, but man, why wait? Yep. You already, get started on, don't wait to be a success before you start working on your success.
Yep. I think a lot of thing is for people, and we're all victim of it, myself included, is we're excuse driven. We'll find any reason to not do what we need to do. And, it's one of those things where you just got to say, F it, I'm going forward and I'm not going to have any more excuses. And when you do that in life, big things happen when you put yourself out there. Like even right now with what we're doing, we're vulnerable, right? We're putting ourselves out there. We're going to have people that are going to be like, your shows suck, whatever.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, we're putting ourselves out there, and this will lead to other things. And that's what it's all about. If you don't do it, if you don't take action, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with my haters, man.
Yeah. But it means you're doing something right. If you have trolls and you got haters, it means you're actually doing something.
I remember the first time somebody did something like that, and I literally did this. I was, baby, I got haters. So what's the top 3 things you took away from Vid Summit, man? And then can we open it up for Q&A?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, dude.
Number 1, and I've been messing this up for a long time.
Yeah.
Is every platform has its own algorithm, and every platform wants to make sure that you are you're keeping people on that platform. Prime example, if I do a YouTube video and I just take that share URL and I embed it over into LinkedIn. Yeah. They're like, we don't want YouTube on our stuff. We want the raw,
right? Yeah.
Well, they're like, you still watch it in LinkedIn, but they're like, we want the raw footage. We don't want them even seeing necessarily YouTube. And that actually hurts your algorithm for LinkedIn ranking you higher in suggested searches or just pop up on other people's feeds.
Well, that's what's happening to me, dude. Good point, man.
Yeah. So what I'm doing, what my plan is, I hired Rhonda on to help me out with this kind of stuff. And she's going to start splitting videos up, like just little clips, kind of like what Gary Vee does, where it's maybe like 40 seconds of something like, hopefully I think is good. Yeah. And then put that on LinkedIn. And second thing is, I think sometimes I'm so quick to get something out that I don't take the time to actually write things correctly. Like you have to make sure that people are going to watch your video. It's like, even if you guys create your own channel for, wholesaling or whatever the case is, your thumbnail, that little picture has to be enticing for somebody to look at that thumbnail and click on it. So there's got to be a level of, take your time with the whole engagement aspect and say, if I saw this thumbnail or this title, would I click on it? And that's why I was saying that title, like, we buy homes, cash, quick close. Yeah. And that, I'm sure you guys have a bunch of one-liners for that kind of stuff. You use the best of the best that you have in your arsenal. And you're going to get more people clicking it, watching your videos. And that's it. If it's a shit headline, you're not going to get that engagement, and you're not going to get the leads and so forth.
Gosh, man, this has been really good for me, because it's like, I know about some of what you're talking about here, but I'm not always the best to do what I know. So it's like, for example, how you should maybe look at other titles that are ranking, and then kind of create your title to match something similar or something like this. So doing just like a few minutes of research, and I'm just like, nah, let's just go with the video. Just put it up there.
Yeah.
And that's just me being lazy, I guess. And then I catch myself like months later going back and trying to optimize like 12 or 15 different videos at one time, because I know I didn't really do it right,
Right.
I'm still not even sure I'm doing it right, but it is working some for me, and I'm happy for that. So I don't want people to feel like it's real complicated. You said earlier that it's actually not complicated at all. I think it's a matter of just educating yourself, and the information's out there, right? So
and if you're doing things on the local level, it's like I'm trying to do real estate coaching and training on a big macro level, basically worldwide, essentially. To rank for that is way harder than to say rank for like I was saying, Bonita Springs real estate. I mean, if everybody that's listening goes to YouTube, types Bonita Springs real estate, you're going to see some of our videos with My Beach Brokers pop up. And those videos are fresh. I mean, they're only a couple months old.
Yeah, that's a great point. Really great point. If you're out there listening or watching, and you've got a local market you're trying to target, and you're trying to become something in that local market, but you're not doing this, you're crazy.
Yep. It's free. It's free.
And eventually, if you're good at it and it goes well, you'll get paid to do it, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been monetized yet, but I'm hoping one day, fingers crossed, maybe they'll even pay me to market my business. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, you need 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time.
Yeah, that doesn't sound hard.
Nah. In the beginning, you know how it is. In the beginning, it's just slowly. Yeah. But I think it's a matter of time.
I got the minutes, but I don't have the subscriber number now. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not sure how I can
engagement.
If there are 600 people out there that love me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. No, just play with you guys. Anybody? Go ahead.
You know how to build that sub count is engaging with other people that are watching similar content to what you're putting out.
Yeah.
And give value, not like, hey, subscribe to my channel because that's spamming. But you get out there and you engage, you'll build more subscribers quicker.
You mean like in the comments, or like through what we're doing, collaborations?
Yeah, in the comments that so maybe 5 other guys that are teaching and training on wholesaling and so forth. There's a bunch of people that are going to be commenting below there, and then you can read their comments and see how you could add value as well. So a lot of times these big YouTubers that have 100,000, 1 million subscribers that are teaching the same stuff you're teaching, they can't get to all those questions. So Justin can go in and say, dude, you're doing that wrong, man. Let me tell you, use this format, that. And then those people are going to be like, oh, who's this guy? And they're going to click on your channel, watch your content, subscribe to your channel.
Yeah. But offering real advice, right?
Yeah. Real. Yeah. You gotta be real. Yeah. Absolutely.
Not like copy and paste. Thank you. Great question. Check me out over at.
No. Yeah. That's and actually that'll hurt your algorithm too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, don't do that. Be real. Everybody wants real nowadays anyway. Everybody wants everybody to just be who they are,
And again, the guy that made the video that's got 500,000 subs, he can't get to all those questions.
No.
But the smaller guys can, and then that's how you build it. That's what we're in the process of doing. I got my goal for every night of how many people I'm doing that too. You're gonna
see me on your channel answering people's questions.
Do it.
I'm just messing with you, Steve. Hey, that's a great gold nugget, though, man. I'm going to write it down and hold on right now because that's really good. Go to Steve's channel and
spam the hell out of it
and answer people's questions. Who's got questions out there? Q&A. Let's talk. Somebody want to unmute their microphone? And if you've got questions, feel free to do so. If somebody just wants to say hi, ask a question, anything of Steve while we have him here.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on? This is one of our favorite live Zoom Q&A guys. His name is Rick, and he's from Los Angeles, California. Welcome, Rick.
Yes, sir. Hey, great information. Thanks so much for sharing. I had a quick question for you. Do you find it better if you post a video on multiple platforms with the same description, like let's say within a certain same 30 minutes? Is it getting, more exposure? Do you understand what I'm saying? As far as, being on multiple platforms at the same time, like in a short period of time?
Like, should you do it all at once is what you're saying?
Yeah, if you want to post a video and you have that one video and you want it to go across 4, 5, 10 platforms, and you do it within 30 minutes, within each other, do you see that showing a little bit more, results, or does it really matter?
I don't think it matters. I think the biggest thing that matters is just being consistent. And if you're saying I'm gonna post on 4 platforms twice a week or 5 times a week, it's just a matter of being consistent, and the consistency helps the algorithm as well on every platform.
Gotcha. If the description is the same, does that hurt you?
So, and I watch a lot of Gary Vee too, and he basically says that every platform is different and you have to speak to every platform differently. So for example, LinkedIn is more of a business platform. So how you're writing the content you might want to change it somewhat to be more relatable to business professionals. But being straight with you, honest, most of my stuff is consistently the kind of the same stuff.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
Just make sure it's engaging. Make sure that there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of mess with the psyche of the human being and make sure that it's engaging. Like, the top 3 reasons why you shouldn't sell to one of these ugly homes guys, right? It's like the complete opposite of what you're trying to do, maybe, but you're probably going to say, hey, watch out for these guys. Because I don't know if that's your profession or what, but it's kind of like the reverse psychology on things,
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Great question, Rick. Thank you for asking that. And I have the same. I had the same question too. But I just hadn't thought of it yet. It was really good, and I say that because I do the same thing, and I often think, should I be doing this differently? And I think I've determined that I'm doing it basically the same everywhere except for the hashtags, which I'm not even sure is effective for me. And but maybe it is. But I've also discovered today that I'm doing a couple things wrong on LinkedIn. So I'm going to tweak my business a little bit, and I'm also going to go check out some of the tips that you gave us as far as books go, and try to educate myself a little bit, and some of the names that you shared of people who talk about these topics. And I recommend everybody check that stuff out too. Go check out Steve's channel for sure. And it's Steve Invests. And tell us a little bit about your, take a minute, and somebody else got a question, you can feel free to unmute your microphone, but go ahead and tell us, Steve, a little bit about what you offer at your websites and so on and so forth. And how can people get more of Steve?
Yeah, I appreciate that. The main channel is Steve Invests on YouTube, and then the website is steveinvests.com, and you can get free downloads for a lot of stuff. A lot of it's geared toward real estate agents, but I'm heavily involved in real estate investing as well, so I'm going to bring more of that to the table. But yeah, I mean, that's it. And we have some online courses. I've one on short sales. I think we're probably gonna start seeing some sort of recession here in the next year and a half, in my opinion. And I think real estate agents need to be prepared for short sales, listing and selling short sales. When the market crashed, that's what we got into. And I put a step-by-step online video course together for that. And we got some other free courses that are gonna be coming up too.
I'm glad you said that, Steve. I was on your website the other day and I noticed that you have that short sale course. And I've had people ask me, I teach a number of different techniques, but I've had people come to me and say, hey, what about short sales? And I will look right at them dead in this camera and say, I've never done one. So, that's kind of interesting that you are kind of a master of this technique. And so, yeah, guys, if you're interested in short sales, definitely go check out steveinvest.com.
Yep.
Okay. That's the one it was at. I know you've got, and then you've got your, the beach.com. What is that one?
mybeachbrokers.com.
Oh, my beach brokers. Yeah. So that's more of a localized, is that correct?
Yeah. It's my sister, my girlfriend. We have our little team, where we sell more like waterfront and beach properties.
Just stuff like that, guys. Yeah. Just, like just all that stuff, that riffraff over on the waterfront, down.
Oh, trust me, it didn't start there, man. I was selling anything I get my hands on back in the day, man. It didn't matter. I was helping whoever I could. So, evolution of a real estate agent.
Excuse me. Yeah. It's funny how we all do change and develop and go in different. Like the pathway has not led where I thought it was going. I'm happy with it, but it's cool. And check out his website over there, steveinvest.com. Everybody, anybody got a question before we do anything different? Debbie, you got your mic unmuted. Did you have a question? I don't hear Debbie. Okay, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Hey, anything else you want to share with us, Steve? Anything about Vid Summit? Anything about being a real estate investor or an agent or a broker or anything else? Your heart and your mind, you clear, man?
I think one message that I always try to share with as many people as possible is just be consistent in whatever you're doing. If you're going to dedicate an hour per day to a certain thing, that thing, whatever that is going to pay off if you're doing it every day, 5-6 days a week. It doesn't matter if you're in the gym working out or you're working on your real estate business, or if you're working full time and you hate it and you got a side hustle like wholesaling or whatever, put the time in. If you put the time in, you're going to get the results. It's guaranteed. It really is. And you might not see it right away and don't expect to, but put the time in long term. And I think that if you want it bad enough, it's going to happen, and put at least a year into it. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh man, it's starting to work. It's starting to take off.
Yeah. I totally liked what you had to say about that. And then also when you were talking about how, hey guys, you said something like this. Hey guys, it's as easy as this. Take this phone and hit record and say, hi, my name is, and I buy houses in blank, Austin, Texas, for example. And then do that consistently, and people will start recognizing that you are a business person in Austin, Texas. Right?
That's it, man. That's how really as simple as that.
Yeah, that's how easy it is. It's incredible. I love the time that we live in, the day and age we live in, because I remember back before. I think it's people think it's funny that I pull out this phone because it's got the big old numbers on it.
I saw that,
yeah. I was back in the day of this phone and some other ones. I remember when a mobile phone was in a big giant bag, and people would carry it on their shoulder. and you were something if you had one. But yeah, the day and age we live in now is just incredible, where you can literally, you were talking about having a coaching business and going in a macro way, trying to reach the entire world, like has access to watch your content. But even more specifically, you can target your market area and get results from people that you haven't met right there in your own hometown, calling you as the expert because you've got videos saying that you do this. I think that's an awesome idea, Steve. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us. Have a tremendous amount of respect for you and for your content, and I will continue to watch your content, and I'll continue to learn from you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
One last open. Anybody got a question or anything? Last chance.
Question. Could I ask one more? I'm sorry. Was that somebody else?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have time? You got time, Steve? Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Go, guys.
I got one very quick question. Steve, so I know you through Justin Cham, so great to meet you. Great to learn from you. Thank you very much. Here's my first question. It's a little bit of a joke, but not really. I want to know how many people have suggested to you, and I haven't watched your videos yet. I certainly will. But how many people have suggested to you that you make your theme song, Legs from ZZ Top? I think I can't be the first person that said that, right?
I think so, but I do get so many different comments but yeah.
There it is, Steve. It's right there for the taking. If I was you, you got to do it. You got the greatest beard on the planet. You got to use that song right there.
Isn't it beautiful, guys? I mean, isn't that a beautiful damn beard? I mean, like look at the coloring of it and everything. It's like a fucking piece of art, man.
That is old, man. That's old. Thank you, Clint, though. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Rick, do you have another question?
Yes, sir. First of all, I apologize for not being on video. Late over here, woke up late. But yeah, I might have missed this earlier in your conversation, but if I was going to start a new real estate related channel to help promote my business, and I've seen this go both different directions, do you recommend that I add anything personal to it, like not real estate related, just to show and relate with people that, hey, I'm human. Look, I have a daughter. Hey, or do you recommend keeping it really on the more professional side until you build up a certain number of subscribers?
Great question.
That is a really good question. I think a lot that I've learned is you got to kind of stay on topic because people don't want to watch like your kid's soccer game, but they want to watch you talking about real estate. However, I would bring your family into it. You know, bring your family, like you're sitting there in your house talking about the process of what is your business?
Yeah, primarily wholesaling. I'm a licensed agent in California, but primarily wholesaling, and recently over the past several months is lease options as well.
Yeah, cool. So you do want to show that human element to it, and there's no reason why you can't bring your family into it while it's still business related to wholesaling, talking about, you know, the procedure of wholesaling, how it works, or, you know, how, whatever the content's going to be. But I mean, you could have the kids in there, and I mean, or you're walking around a property with your kids or your family. I would bring them in it for sure.
Okay, no, I appreciate that, because I've seen, you know, channels both ways, and I tend to relate more with somebody that throws one with this kid running by and he's like, oh, sorry about that. You know, my daughter's up, but that makes it just real, you know, I mean, that's real life. That really does happen. And so you kind of have a different connection on that level.
Yep. And the thing is with YouTube and the algorithm, like, let's say you're talking about real estate wholesaling, and then you're like, well, I want to do a video on four-wheelers, and it's got nothing to do with four-wheelers. Your audience will drop off, and that hurts your algorithm for ranking.
Gotcha. Great. No, really appreciate your time this morning for sure.
I thank you guys for being on. I mean, it's Saturday morning, and I appreciate everybody that's listening. And
yeah, we've had a great crowd today, guys. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and watching. I really am grateful and thankful. Hey, my YouTube channel wouldn't be but zilch if it wasn't for you.
True story. And Justin, let's touch on that too. Your website and your YouTube channel, the names of them.
Oh yeah, that's I'm realestatewholesalerclub.com, and the YouTube channel is Real Estate Wholesalers Club. So check us out, guys. And there's some free stuff over there too if you want to get started. But also don't forget to check out steveinvests.com. It's like a competition of who can give it away. I'm giving it away. Hey, no, for real. Stay over there at Steve Invests and get some good stuff. He's got it. Okay, guys. Anything else? Last call. Okay. Steve, it's been wonderful, man. Seriously, thank you very much. And we have a different kind of, I'm a different kind of guy. I guess this is a different kind of show, and I appreciate you just getting in here and flowing with us, man.
I love it, man.
All right, dude. Hey, let's stay in touch, guys. Hey, and if you're watching out there, check us out, realestatewholesalersclub.com. Like and subscribe. If you got questions, come back next Saturday. We've got a live public Q&A here. Anything that you want to know, we'll try to come up with an answer if we don't know.
And I would say, let us know if anybody else has ideas for us to get back together, collaborate on a certain topic.
Oh man, it sounds like you're offering to do this with me again. Maybe.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I totally want to. Man, I didn't realize it, but the chat, there's like several things in the chat, and I'm not sure if those are questions or what, but
you can open it up if you want. I still got time before I go to the beach.
Oh, you're going to the beach, you dog. Man, you got to rub it in like that. Okay.
Love where you live, bro.
Yeah. Somebody said they got all their videos blocked. Clint, you want to talk about that, man?
No, not blocked. I was just mentioning that we're all here listening to yourself and Steve. You invited Steve on to teach us about YouTube. Here we all are showing up, and we've got our cameras blocked. So I'm feeling guilty because our cameras are blocked.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
That's it.
All right. And I see a ton of people watching on Facebook, and I'm sure YouTube probably too. So anyway, but I don't see any more questions, guys. So Steve, hey, lots of love, man.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate everybody's time on today, and thanks for having me on, Justin. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man, let's definitely do this again. Go enjoy the beach. I'm going to go put on another sweater. Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.